Okay, everybody, so this is our class attendance tracking spreadsheet, and also a spreadsheet where we can keep track of the dues from the customer's point of view. Now, every month we are losing thousands of rupees because of uncollected dues. I mean, people come to gymnastics classes, but they are not paying on time. Many of them are not paying at all. So I would like everybody to be keeping this spreadsheet updated, and I'm going to be doing this training session to show you how to do this. Okay, so step number one is this spreadsheet is stored on the Google Drive. You have to first create a copy of this spreadsheet for your Play Gym for the coach. So you can see in the name of this spreadsheet there are some details over here, and I'm going to create a copy of this spreadsheet in all Play Gym documents. So let's start by creating a copy. So what you do is you click on File and you go make a copy over here. It will give you the options for where are you going to make a copy. So make sure you go to all Play Gym documents, and within this there should be a folder which says for classes, class attendance, or actually it's under operations. And within operations, there should be a folder for class attendance. And for class attendance, there are each of these Play Gyms. So you would go into, let's say I'm going to create a one in Kalyan Nagar. Now over here, I'm going to create the copy of this, and I'm going to name it as I had mentioned, it needs to be KN for Kalyan Nagar. And then the coach name here is Manju. So I'm going to say KN class attendance Manju, and you click OK with it, and that will create a file for Manju's class within the Kalyan Nagar folder. Okay, so you can see that this file has been created. Now in this file there are three tabs. This is the first tab is the one that says September 2018. So that's the month and year, and this is where you will be storing all the attendance. So now once you have the template in your Play Gym, then I want you to start making changes to this over here. So the first thing is you want to make sure that here the dates correspond with the dates of the class. So if the class is on every Thursday or every Saturday and Sunday, then you want to make sure that the Saturday Sunday dates are out here. And then in this section you're going to fill up all the kids' names that are part of that class, and you will also write down what is the amount due. Okay, now this is important because this will constantly remind you how much money is due. Now if the customer is going class by class, you can do a non-standard fee like 800 over here, and an amount paid is where you will record what was the amount paid by that person, and you have to record the class and the date on which the amount was paid. And the date is, I want you to double click, so that will open up this nifty calendar, and you can choose any date over here and it will automatically fill in. So this makes it easy. So double click and then choose the date on which it was paid. And the attendance here is quite straightforward. These are the four possible choices. So P for present, A for absent, T for trial, and C for no class. So you just pick up, every day whenever there is a class, you want to make sure that the attendance is there for that day for that coach. And here is a notes column. I would like you to capture as much as possible. So if a customer says that I'm going to go class by class, you write down over here that customer is going to go class by class and will pay 400 per class. Or if a customer says that they have some classes carried forward from last month, that's why the fees is a bit less. So you want to make sure that you capture the notes over here for our reference. And then this will automatically calculate what's the total amount due and what is the total amount that has been paid by the customer. And now it's really important to collect all the dues in the first 7 days of a month. So for October, I would like you to collect all the dues by the 7th of October. But I know it's not always easy to do that. So I would like you to keep track of the fee collection on the 5th of a month, 10th of a month, 15th of a month. Now this amount can increase because we have new kids joining or some new people leaving, right? So we make sure you, whatever is the total over here on the 5th of the month, you write down over here, okay? Whatever is the total on the 10th of the month from here, you write it down over here. What's the amount due and what's the amount that has been paid. And this graph will show you where we are in terms of collection. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense over here. It's pretty straightforward and easy to do. The second tab, which is the contacts detail. Now this is the tab where we will keep all the contact information for that customer. Now this should be there in Google Contacts as well, but I would like us to maintain it over here as well as a reference for all of the customers. So for all these kids that have joined the class, I would like you to keep adding the contact details. If we don't have a contact detail, you need to get that from the customer during the class so that we maintain their child's name, parent's name, contact number, and email ID. Okay. Then the third and the last thing is the summary. So every month, I would like you at the end of the month, so from this over here, at the end of the month, I would like you to record what was the total amount due and what was the total amount paid. Now, ideally, this should be exactly the same. So if our total amount due is $32,500, we should have collected $32,500 at the end of the month. So record that over here, okay? Now, for some reason, if it's less or anything, you can capture notes that one person is still to pay the dues, and then once we get the dues, then we can update for that month. And this graph will show us where we are in terms of month by month class update. So this spreadsheet, minimum work required here, basically whatever you do in the class in the notebook, you need to transfer it here. And at the beginning of every class, I would like you to open this spreadsheet, and as soon as kids are coming, I want you to see if their amount due is the same as amount paid. If it's not, I would like you to collect that money as soon as possible. Send a WhatsApp, send a message, call the customer, have them pay online. It doesn't matter how they pay, but you have to collect the money and keep updating this spreadsheet. Okay, final thing. So once you're done with a certain month, so let's say September is over, now you're starting for October, what I would like you to do is enter a new version of this tab over here. Now always add a tab from the template spreadsheet, which I will store in the appropriate folder. So you can go back to the template and pick it up from there, because I make some updates to this, keep making this better and better. So make sure that when you do it for the next month, you don't just copy and paste this. I mean, the easiest thing is to basically duplicate this, right? You should be able to do this most of the time, but I would like you to pick up the new tab from the master template. So that way you will have the latest one to work off of.